Hello my dear and valuable friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tatvik, and today we're going to talk about, are you numb? Have you stopped feeling things? Have you been just isolating yourself from pain, and are you becoming numb? Do you stop feeling things, people, accepting things in your life? You might not realize, but you might be numb, and I want to discuss this immensely serious and deep topic today with you. Before I start, let me remind you that I do one-to-one consultations. You can read my book, you can request my online courses, you can donate, or you can buy any other products that I sell. Everything is available for you, and links are below. Now, I want you to understand that no matter how deep is this subject, I want you to have fun while we're discussing it. This is not a subject to make you feel bad in any way. Quite contrary, I'm here to make you feel good. And I want you to wake up and gain a new awareness and understand, where is your life going? The thing is that we very often don't realize, especially nowadays when social media is so big, especially when so many things are happening in the world, is that we are becoming numb without realizing that we are not only becoming numb, but we most probably are numb. Numb to our feelings, numb to other people, numb to whatever is happening around us, numb to the current events, numb to the problems, numb to things, people, animals. And I want you to really analyze your own life. There is nobody in here. This conversation is between you, and I'm just kind of witnessing it, virtually. So I'm here just like your guide, like an angel. I'm trying to open your eyes so you can improve your life, because sometimes, because of this reason that we are numb, we get our life really twisted, and our life goes in the wrong way, and we don't fulfill our destiny because we are numb. Numb means that you don't feel things. You don't want to feel things, and you are so hurt that you choose to numb yourself. Now, first in here that we need to discuss where you become numb is when you do not allow yourself. Now, be careful what I'm going to say here, because it's very, very important. You become numb when you do not allow yourself to get offended. You'll say, but why would I want to be offended? Why would I let people to offend me? Now, people are going to do whatever people want to do. This is very important for you to understand. People do whatever they want to do when they want to do. And only you are the one who sets standards. You see, if I have certain standards, people can come at me, but because I have these standards and the boundaries, the bullet is not going to hit me, because they cannot meet my standards. Goodbye. They cannot do what I want them to do. Goodbye. They cannot respect my boundaries. Goodbye. And not like, oh, goodbye, but you can come. No, goodbye is forever. I'm not saying see you later. I'm saying goodbye. Wish you luck. You take care. So I want you to understand that the reason why you need to allow yourself to get offended is when we get offended, that means that we are alive. That means that our standards, our boundaries were actually disrespected. That means that somebody dishonored us. That means that somebody wanted to harm us. That means that somebody wanted to make us suffer or be in pain. It is completely natural for you to be not numb, to be open, to get hurt. And I don't mean now that you need to go out and find all the predators, all the bad people, all the dangerous places, and just get hurt just for the sake of it, because I said you need to not be numb. No, you have to have this demeanor of yourself, some kind of a protective shield, that when you go to work, that your boss cannot allow herself or himself to say whatever they want to you. Because even if you work there, doesn't mean you are their servant. And if your boss right now is bullying you, or your co-workers are disrespecting you, I want you to stand up for yourself, be assertive and say, you cannot talk with me like that. I feel uncomfortable that you talk with me like that. I do not wish again for you to talk with me like this. I don't allow you to treat me like that. You're not allowed to disrespect me. Either you're going to apologize and treat me right, or I resign, or I leave your team, or I'm not going to work with you, I'm not going to talk to you. And you'll think, but how can I do this at work? Very easily. I have done it easily. If that ever happens to me, I will do it again. I remember in my past that I had a boss that wanted to kind of cross the line. I immediately set my standards and I explained that, be very careful, because right now you are walking on the edge and you are the one who's going to fall, because I have no problem finding a job, but you definitely have a problem having a team working for you. And then I started observing this person, and I saw that during the 12 months that I was there, this person is a kind of a successful man, everything is good, but he fired 8 people. That means almost every month somebody was getting fired. And that is a huge problem. When you think it's a red flag, and I was thinking, I'm not really going to deal with this. I can get another job. And for me, you don't imagine how easily I resign. Like, people who know me know that I resign like very quick. It doesn't take me a minute. I have a very low tolerance, because you see, the work is not relationship. I'm not married to that person. I don't need to sit down and talk. Like, if you are doing something wrong, I'm going away. And the biggest reason why I kind of took that as a no-no for me is because I was talking with him about the promotion, you see? I worked there, I proved myself, I achieved all the goals, and I'm sitting there talking about the raise of the salary that I actually deserve. And he's saying no. And I immediately cut him off and I said, you know what, you cannot talk with me like this, because obviously you don't appreciate what I'm doing. You don't appreciate the work I invest, the hours that I do, that overtime that I work. So I got offended. I do everything you want. I do everything everybody else wants. I'm perfect with everybody in the company. You get only good things about me. Now here, I deserve a raise, and I'm asking for the raise confidently because I know that it can be mine, and you're refusing me? That means I'm never going to see that raise. That means I have nothing to do with you anymore. I need to move out. Move on with my life. So for me, that was kind of like, okay, you basically are saying I cannot get the raise ever. So what is the purpose of me working here, right? I'm very confident as a woman. I am very perfect at the job I do. And it's not like a little titty bitty company. That was a giant company. Everybody dreamed to work at that company. Everybody dreamed to go in that building because it's iconic. Everybody dreamed to have that role. And when I started working, they offered me 20,000 on top of the salary that they were offering to everybody else, because I said, this is not enough. If you want me to work for you, put another 20,000 on top of what you're offering. That's not enough. And they did. So I know that I can get what I want. And in this story, I'm trying to show you that you have to unnumb yourself and do get offended. When a boss is not giving you a raise, yes, I will get offended, and I will make sure that I act on it, and I resign and I find another job. If your man is looking at you and saying, oh, you look fat, or your belly looks like it's hanging, or oh, you look ugly, or your hair is messed up, or why you have so many pimples, you are not allowed to talk with me like that. So what that you're my man? How comes that my man never can afford to tell me these kind of things? I mean, of course, because I look after myself, but even if I have something going on, he will never afford to tell me that, because I will immediately check him and put him on his place that, honey, don't forget who is the queen in here. You want me. I don't need you. So be very careful what you're saying to me. So number one, what I want you to learn, to stop being numb and stop, having this life, living this life with no feelings. You don't have any feelings. You numb yourself from any negativity. But be careful, when you numb yourself from negativity, you also numb yourself from positivity. If you never cry, how can you really deeply enjoy a happy moment? If you never allow yourself to be hurt, how can you ever heal? You see, I am not telling you to throw yourself under the bus to get injured, then heal, okay? Or I'm not saying to you, go choose the worst type of a man, become in a relationship with an abusive man, be beaten, and then forgive him so you can feel good. I'm not saying this. I'm saying when something is coming towards you in life, allow that to make you feel the way that it must make you feel. If somebody is offending you, if you're not getting offended, my question is, are you okay? Are you alive? Are you breathing? Hello? You're alive? You're here? You hear me? You see me? Everything is okay? You see, the thing is, you need to, of course, have the measures. If you're walking in a street and somebody says some kind of a dirty comment, you don't need to be offended. You just ignore. Like if you're walking, if you are all done, beautiful, happy, walking, smelling nice, looking nice, feeling nice, and somebody says you're ugly, then you don't need to get offended. That's like completely stranger is irrelevant. He or she's irrelevant. You need to ignore, be completely neutral, and not even blink your eye and continue being happy. But if you know that person, it happens at work, you know that person, it's your boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, I don't really believe in those words because I think a grown-up man cannot be called boyfriend. That means already, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend status doesn't exist. Either that must be your man or fiance or husband. So let's call the things the right way. So if it's your man or you're a woman trying to offend you, you have to get offended and you need to say, you offended me. I want you to apologize. And be very, very clear. Like, I never have this problem. If somebody makes me uncomfortable, like if I'm dating somebody and they're trying to touch me, even my shoulder, I immediately kind of tilt away and I say, please don't touch me. I don't know you that well. And she's like, oh, okay, sorry, I didn't mean it. I just wanted to hug you. You're not hugging me. You are nobody to me. It's a first date. Can I have a kiss? Of course not. Like, people who know me know my boundaries. But if you don't know me, I will make sure I communicate my boundaries with you. So do get offended if a family member, you call them and they don't pick up. Never. Like, I know a girl who will call her own sister that is younger than her, and she sends money to her sister, and this sister is so arrogant that she never speaks up. Like, she will call her sister 5-6 times, and I have noticed, I witnessed that several times in my life because I am friends with her. And I said to her, why your sister thinks she can treat you like this? Why she thinks she can offend you like this? And she said, well, you know, I never thought of it. She always does that. I said, do you think that's what you deserve? You are paying for your sister's university. You are sending her money because you love her. You want to help her because she's very lazy and she doesn't want to work. And she never, like, I am not joking, never picks up the calls from her sister. Literally, if she's calling her, then my friend, her sister is older, she always picks up, she always talks with her, even it's the middle of the night. But if the roles are reversed, if my friend needs anything from her sister, little sister, the sister is like, I'm not going to answer, I'm busy right now, I'm with my friend, I'm at school, I'm at uni, I can't talk. Like, she never can talk. I said, you know what, I would have a transparent conversation with your sister and say that you offend me. I pay your bills basically and I don't owe you anything. And you call me every time, you ask more money from me, you ask more time from me, you call me in the middle of the night when I sleep, and yet when I call you, you disrespect me. I'm your oldest sister. You need to respect me. If you're not going to give me respect, I'm going to stop paying for you, stop paying for your university, and you gather your things, you do whatever you want, you know, you don't owe me anything. Find the money, find the funds yourself. But if you want me to pay your funds, you have to show me respect. You have to answer my calls, not maybe every call, but every now and then. Call me in a normal time and ask how I am doing. I said every time, you know, I talk, she never asks how I'm doing. That's not normal. So I think that, you know, the situation that I saw in my friend's life, you see, she couldn't communicate. She was getting offended, but in the same time, she was becoming numb. She was thinking that's normal. You have to communicate. It's a little thing, but you have to communicate. Get used to get offended. Getting offended means you're alive. Getting offended means you have a heart. And I want you today to call your mom and say, you know, you offend me every time when you don't believe in me. I want you to call your dad and say, you offend me every time when you do slight remarks about my body, or fat shaming, or saying that I look too skinny or too fat or too ugly or too beautiful. I want you to apologize because you offended me. I want you to call to your man Or if you're a woman, to your woman and say, I don't like how you treat me. I don't like that you disrespect me in public. I don't like that you fight with me in public. I don't want you to act like that. You make me uncomfortable. You make me vulnerable. You are not loving me in that moment. I want you to love me more. And most of all, I want you to apologize. I want you to talk with your boss today or tomorrow and say, you cannot treat me like this. If I want a raise, you either give me a raise or I resign. I want you to be blunt and honest with your colleagues and say, I will never do your work again. Stop putting your workload at me. Otherwise, I will complain to the manager. You have been doing this. You are lacking professionalism. I don't want you to do that anymore. Otherwise, I'm not going to talk to you. You do your job. Don't put your job on me, okay? I want you to be open with your friends and say, you offend me every time when you promise to come with me out and you bail on me. I want you to tell to your friends, honestly, I don't like that you never compliment me. You're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to uplift me. Why are you putting me down? Why are you flirting with my man? Why are you taking my clothes and never giving me to borrow your clothes? I want you to be honest. I want you to get offended today. If you're going to the shop and they're treating you poorly, not even saying hello, throwing your things, not even helping you to bag, literally saying, okay, next, okay, we don't have a time. I want you to get offended and say, you are not allowed to treat me like this. I'm your customer. I'm paying you money. Either treat me right or I will never come here. And to be honest, if I were you, I will not even buy the product. I will just leave the product and go. Now, why I'm talking about being offended is good is because it means your feelings are not numb. I want you to unnumb yourself and be more open. And this is the most important that I want you to learn from today's video, that learn to get offended when something offensive happens. Because if you do not get offended, you cannot change the situation. You need to communicate your boundaries. You need to communicate your standards and say, this offends me. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't do this to me. This is not comfortable for me. You need to apologize. You need to love me more. You need to respect me more. You need to value my presence. Otherwise, I will leave. And be firm and be confident and be really showing that you really believe in what you're saying. You know, you have to love yourself. Unnumb yourself today. Stop taking things on. Get offended when people offend you, because that means you are a human being and you have feelings. And make people apologize. If they don't apologize, you leave. Have your standards strict. You might lose your family, you might lose your friends, you might lose the person you're dating, but at least you are not becoming numb. Because when you become numb, you can't enjoy life, you cannot feel happiness, you cannot feel joy, you cannot have peace because you're numb. Tuk tuk, I don't feel anything. You have to feel things. When somebody is doing anything hurtful for you, it has to hurt. Otherwise, you will not be able to communicate with them that this is not allowed with me. Don't allow people to hurt you. Communicate with them. You hurt me. I'm offended. Don't do that anymore. And be firm, be assertive, be confident that you deserve people to be around you who love you and who can give you what you want. And the second point that I want to communicate with you in this video is going to be very short because it kind of covers the first aspect. The second point for you to understand how to stop being numb. Is that okay for a beautiful woman to become numb? Is that okay for us to feel nothing, to be neutral, to not do anything when we are offended? Is you have to communicate your standards, demands, and boundaries. You have to start opening your mouth. I cannot emphasize enough that women are getting hurt, getting bullied, getting abused, and they swallow things and they don't talk about it, they don't get offended, they become numb and they never talk about it. I want you to sit down and think what or who has hurt you in this week. I want you to write them a letter first on the paper, because when you put everything on a paper, that allows you to really communicate things with yourself. And then I want you to take a summary from whatever you wrote, and you might even write a few templates. You can throw one and then write another one, express yourself more. You can even record a video where you're talking to yourself or record your voice and hear how much pain you actually have. And then when you're ready, when you have enough power, when you have enough confidence, I want you to make a summary of what you wrote and talk with that person on the phone. In the person is a little bit better because they can see actually your expressions. But if you're not ready, if it hurts too much, you can even write them email, letter, or a text, but communicate that you hurted me. What you said offended me. What you did disrespected me. I want you to start opening your mouth. Women, learn to open your mouth. Closed mouths, we know, do not get fed. Okay? It's the same with relationship or friendship. You need to open your mouth to be fed, emotionally fed, so they can satisfy your need for belonging, for love, for respect. Start communicating when you are not satisfied. Start communicating when he or she didn't please you, or whatever they did didn't make you feel good. Immediately start communicating. Get used to yourself being in a position where you don't drag it until you're numb. You see, the thing is, if you communicate it immediately, if you check the person immediately, if you say, oh, you cannot talk with me like this, or I don't like it, you don't have to argue. Just say the truth. If you can start doing that immediately when the situation occurs, guess what's going to happen? Good things are going to happen to you. You are not going to go in this distress. You are not going to be in this disharmony with yourself. You are not going to have any disorders, not going to lose sleep, not going to lose appetite, because immediately when something happened, you spoke about that. And the thing is, very often we are afraid to lose somebody, and that's why we never communicate with them. I had a very close relative that I knew all my life. I always felt something is not right. You know, something was off. And I always felt a little bit like down after the conversation. And I thought, but this is my relative. I need to keep in touch. I need to, love them. I need to forgive. And no matter what I did, every time I would still feel down after conversation, and it was all negative. It was always complaint. And one day I opened my mouth and I said, can we talk on the phone? I'm very happy to see you and talk to you and hear your voice, but you always complain. And you complain so much about everything in your life that it makes me feel down. Can you please stop making complaint? I can help you. We can find solutions. We can solve your problems. And you know what this person said? He said, but I like complaining. If you don't accept me as I am, I said, I accept you as you are, but you never change. I know you for many years. You're talking about dream that you have, but you never did any single step towards this dream. You never emailed the right people. You never applied for this dream job. You never learned anything about this. You just talk and you complain. Either do the action, do the do, or stop complaining. And I said, you make me feel down because I try to help you. You don't want me to help you. I want to give you advice. You don't want my advice. I send you videos, articles, books. You don't read. You don't even open my message with a video. How can I help you if you don't want me to help you? So you don't want to help me to help you. You want to vent. You want to argue. You want to fight. You want to complain. You want to give your negative energy. I'm sorry, but I'm not a trash. You cannot put your negative energy to me. Listen to the right motivational speakers, write your own journal, go to the therapist, go to the doctors, heal yourself, but stop complaining. And you see, I said that a few times. I communicated, I gave another chance, and one day I just realized this is never going to end. I will continue making myself worse. Every time I will finish the call, my man will say, oh, why you feel so down again? Did you speak with this person? I was like, yeah. He said, I'm not telling you, but they should not make you feel bad. If there is a problem, you can discuss, but they shouldn't make you bad. And I thought, you know what? He's right. And I spoke final time to this. My relative is a relative. You see, it's bloodline. And I said, I'm sorry, I love you, but I don't like how you treat me. And I do not wish to continue like this. Are you going to stop doing it or not? No, this is who I am. This is and again, negative energy came. I said, okay, no problem. I have to go now. Have a lovely day. I cut it short. I said good, nice things, but I never, ever had another video call or phone call with that person again. I'm telling you and sharing my personal story that I communicated my boundaries several times, in fact, because that's a person I know for years and that's a relative. But when I saw that this will never work, They don't hear me. They don't want to listen to me. They're not open to me. I understood it's time for me to go. And after that, of course, this person tries to get in touch, and I always say very respectfully, I wish them good holidays, congratulate on their birthday with a small text. But every time they want to ring, they want to call me, they want to face, I always say, I'm sorry, I'm busy. I can't have a lovely day. And I never explain ever again myself. I cut that person off. I'm not like mean, arrogant, evil. No. I just say, I'm sorry, I can't talk. I'm either at, I'm out, or I'm sleeping, or I can't, or whatever is the excuse. I always say, I can't. And then I wish them a good day, or I, congratulate them if it's their birthday or some holiday. And I leave it like that. And it has been over 2 years. And I never had a call with that person again. And I tell you, I feel fantastic because I communicated my boundaries. And I want you to open your mouth today, communicate your boundaries and your standards with the right people. Stop being numb. You make yourself suffer. Being numb is a curse. You need to be open and receptive towards good and better people to come in your life, towards blessings to come in your life, because you are worth it. So let's summarize one more time how to stop being numb, how to be more open, and how to start feeling things is, number one, understand that you need to get offended. When people offend you, you better get offended so they learn the lesson. And feel things. When somebody wants to hurt you, get hurt so you can get healed. If somebody says something bad to you and you know them, then tell them, you make me feel very bad. You're not allowed to talk with me. You have to apologize or I will leave from your life. And second of all, communicate your boundaries and your standards. Tell to people when they make you feel bad. Make people understand that you have a voice. Be assertive. Do not allow anybody to bully you. Do not allow anybody to put you down. You are a valuable piece. You are more valuable than any diamond. You have so much value in yourself. Love yourself. Open your mouth, talk with people, negotiate things, compromise things, find a way how to make sure that they treat you right, and do it today. Stop being numb. You are not created in this world to be numb. You are created to feel things, to enjoy things, and above all, to be happy. The happiness, to have the happiness that you really deserve and are worth for. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, smile today and enjoy your life.